What's up, guys? Welcome to Munchkins Gaming, where we take your gaming to the next level. This is Munchkins logging in to bring you another The City of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video. And in this video, we're going to be going through the Power and Magic's CHASM Rising EX fight, the very first level 110 quest that we have received in the global version of the game. Now, I'm going to be showing you guys three different videos which has three different party compositions, and they have all achieved the 190,000 points that is required in order for you to clear every single quest. So basically, you have your missions, don't die, you have 90 turns. So I don't want to go through that. You can have a look. But this video is just aiming for that 190,000 points. And essentially, if you do get the 190 points, I would assume that you would have gotten all the mission quests as well. So, because it's actually harder to get the score than to actually just do the mission. So, in this party composition, we have Vaughn with his EX, we have Kate Sith, Max Limit Broken, and Papa Limo. Max Limit Broken as well, with a Vaughn support that has his EX as well. Now, I opted out to get Squall off the squad because honestly, the highest score I received with the Squall was 180 something thousand points, and no matter how much I try, I just could not get any higher than that. So I opted out to switch things up, and I maxed out my Papa Limo. I honestly like Papa Limo way back. It's just that because it took a while for his awakening to happen, and he was benched quite a lot. But in the prior heretic quests, like in the very first ones, he was a beast, and I thought I'd give him another chance here, and he has proven me that he is still a beast with his awakening. So this particular composition that we're going to be looking at is basically going to require you to have a bit of luck at the end. And what I mean by this, if you watch my level 100 video on the Power and Magic's CHASM Rising event, then you would know that the blind needs to be clutch. that is the main thing here. And of course, having two magic caster is basically really great at the start of this fight, where the heretic Raging Tortoise is basically weak to magic attacks. So this is really great, and with Papa Limo's sustainability, you do save a lot of his abilities, and I might have saved one too many. I can't remember, but we'll go through it anyway. So the strategy still remains for the first 1 to 3 ways. Honestly, the strategy is the same as the level 100 quests. It's just that they do have a little bit more HP, and they do hit quite hard as well. It's all about sustainability in this particular fight, and you really want to have at least 2 white worlds left at the end of the fight, at the end of the third wave, so that you have a chance to use blind twice. And having an EX, especially Vaughn's EX, is really great. Now again, if you have Lael here, this is definitely going to be a lot easier, because with the chase damage and the high amount of score that you get with chase, it's definitely going to be a lot easier. But if you don't have Lael's 35 CP and you don't have him max limit broken, this is going to be one hell of a fight. And as you guys can see, I actually had to retry this fight quite a few times with this composition, and this is why I said that you do require a bit of luck. So what I'm gonna do, guys, is actually we're gonna skip ahead towards the end, and this is the part where I will show you what happened really, and why I had to restart. So at the end of the fight, and again, sorry, I'll just show you guys where I actually use my Vaughn basically on the third wave, the Von support, I do switch it out. And this makes my Von have a little bit more longevity for the last wave. So it's up to you whether you want to use your Von here. I honestly feel like your own Von would be much better off to be left for later rather than rely on the Von that is there, because you never know when you want to use that blind. So in any case, that's it. And again, still summon on the third wave. So we're gonna go ahead and go here. So here's the problem. Basically, the all buff here will definitely give it a lot of brave, and this is where I essentially die. And this is why I said in the previous video that I do prefer that the all attack is not there on the right heretic iguan. I'll just call it an iguana. It looks like an iguana to me. So essentially, this all buff for the enemy is really annoying, and it will essentially, if you don't have it, it will make you waste turns because you need to break the other iguana, which means you won't get that 190 points. I know this is hard to explain, but that free turn essentially is like free. It's like 2 turns, or 2 to 3 turns of freedom, and not attacking that and doing HP damage on the iguana that you don't really want to kill just adds up. So I'm gonna show you guys the one that I was successful with. So this start is great. So the right iguana is targeting one character, and I know for a fact that that's gonna be an armor cleave, as long as it doesn't have the brave to one-shot Papalymo. So that's how the AI works. Don't ask me why, but it could use like a brave HP attack and definitely kill me off straight away. But yeah. So in here, I opted out just to use an HP attack. Papalymo has good sustainability, especially with the Umbral Ice attack buff. So as you guys can see, it will use the buff next in the next turn, which is great because now this will break my character, and I do believe he missed on Von. So that's one of the things that you really want, like, for it to miss. This party composition just relies too much on RNG, so I don't know if you guys really like this particular composition. But definitely you can retry and see how you go. Again, here, opt out to kill the iguana because you don't want to waste a turn to HP damage this particular iguana because it's just going to recover the HP. But eventually, you have to look at your turns and say, okay, well, if I don't break it, I will die. So take that in consideration. But again, like I said earlier, once you kill the one iguana, you can see that its turn is basically pushed back once it uses Unite. And this is where you're going to pile on the damage. And this is the part where you're going to be like, pray to RNGesus if you don't kill it within those turns that you were given with Unite. So basically, I try my best. Honestly, there is no point having Brave, even having any Brave, because it will one-shot your characters because it will use a Brave plus HP attack, which essentially is like a very high number. So even if I tried that I had Brave and made sure that I don't get broken, but it will recover its Brave regardless because of its buffs. Now, one way to deal with this is obviously to have a debuffer. And if you have more than 2 debuffs to push things out, then that's great. But if you don't, then it will just recover the Brave. You see, that miss is the meaning between life and death. So I did have Brave there. I was like, I might just give it another go and see. But it missed, and I was so happy. And basically, this is where it dies. Oh my god! I'm telling you guys, this is one of the most like tense fights that I had, and I'm really glad that I managed to finally beat it. RNGesus is going to have to be with you. So 207,000 points. Now let's go ahead with another composition. This one, the only difference is LVL being the support character. But otherwise, the strategy remains the same. And what I did pretty much was, I do believe I summoned LVL quite early and made sure my Vaughn has as much abilities as he can towards the end. So LVL was actually made this fight a lot easier. I have to say, especially with his field burst and I can't remember his other abilities. Energy gain, that's it. So energy gain is definitely helpful here. Obviously, it can launch enemies quite easily. Especially this particular wave, you can actually save off your LVL for wave 2 if you guys want to. It will keep on launching the boss, and it's really up to you guys where you want to summon LVL, but it has to be between the first and second wave where he can take advantage of the extra damage from the weakness to magic based attacks. So that's basically it. And again, it's going to be the same at the end. And I'll show you guys. Here is a scenario where I would have restarted. But I thought to myself, you know what? I gotta show people that it is possible to do this with 2 ults at the start of the fight. So I was like, I'm gonna do this. I have a little bit more abilities than I had earlier. I have 1 extra red spiral, which is great. So I said to myself, I'm gonna do this for you guys. I'm gonna try. It has to happen. And obviously my Papalymo, I did a little bit more sustain as well. I didn't use a lot of his abilities. Again, that Umbral Eyes buff, man, that is crazy good. This time I opted out to obviously Brave damage the other one as well, because I don't want it to do buff itself and then it will do an all attack. Chances are it will just use the magma thing anyway, but I just wanted to be safe. And my idea for this is basically kill A first. That is my goal, because it is in the far back, and that's what I want to do. So again, Umbral Ice, extra sustainability, plus it gives me that magic attack up. Red Spiral on the other one, because I don't want it to kill my Kate Sith. And Kate Sith doesn't really do much damage, especially if it's split. But Kate Sith's pretty good with the Brave battery. Just use a Brave attack and you should be fine. And basically my Papalymo did a lot of the work here, especially with the HP attack and the Umbral Ice buff. Obviously, this still requires a bit of luck. I hate to say it, but if you don't have LVL, it's just a little bit harder to get the score, because that chase, man, that chase is really good. It really brings out a lot of the high score. So as you guys can see here, it does a dive bomb even without it having the enough brave to kill my Papalymo. After a few turns, it will start doing that instead of just the armor cleave. I think it just swaps in between the two of them. But in any case, I really hate the fact that I'm damaging this about that much and it will just recover its HP. But what can you do? Here goes another dive bomb. Oh. Anyway, it's dead. And then now I can concentrate on the 1. And I was pretty confident in this one. I still have 1 white whirl, which obviously I want to save when it's buffed itself. And oh, I didn't get the blind. I did not get the blind. I was really scared at this point. I'm like, I better pour in whatever I can. Luckily, Pyroclasm Plus activates, and I was like, please, 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 let me just kill this thing. I still have 2 Toy Soldier left, and obviously it has Overflow, and then Papalymo for the kill still has 1 Austral Fire and 1 Umbral. I mean, 2 Umbral abilities, and I was like, I could have done this a lot quicker. I could have used more abilities, but that sustainability for Papalymo is just great. I think my advice for this composition, or the previous composition with Papalymo, is to definitely try to sustain Papalymo as much as you can, because he does some insane damage, man. And that's it, another 200k score. And now let's take a look at the final video that I want to show you guys, and this is going to be pretty much the meta team. Obviously Vaughn can be replaced by any other characters. I would prefer you guys to bring either Leo or maybe even Setzer. I don't know, it's really up to you guys, but this is the fight where I went, well, can this fight be cleared with the meta team? And the answer is, of course, yes, you can. I used Vaughn here at the start, just like in the first video, basically to save a lot of his abilities. Or was it the second video? I can't remember. But in any case, again, this is not the ideal situation, the all in all, but I thought I gotta do it for people, for the people. This needs to be this needs to be done, especially with the meta team. So I went ahead and did this fight. I do believe I did get a lower score with this one, but it is doable. Same strategy, but this time it's a lot of Brave Battery, and your Vaughn really needs to do some work here. Basically, Vaughn is your biggest Brave shaver. And as you guys can see, luckily there, just use an armor cleave. It doesn't really matter that much. And the nice thing with that is you don't get the debuffs because of Selfie's buff. But essentially, I do believe you do a lot more HP damage here because you do have 2 Brave Batteries. I ran out of Toy Soldier as well, which normally doesn't happen, but because I was really lacking on the Brave shaving side of things, this ended up happening. So anyway, guys, I think I will leave the video right here. This has been quite a long video. Remember to click like, subscribe, and share this video if you find it helpful at all. As always, I like to hear from you guys what you think of this fight, and which team did you use. Did you use a different team from your level 100 quest team? And let me know in the comments down below. And also make sure to follow me on Twitter and on Facebook at Munchkins Gaming. This is Munchkins logging off, and I'll see you guys in the next level. But before that, I'll just show you guys towards the end what happened here. So here is where a bit of luck happens again. It just did armor cleave. It did not do its Brave plus HP attack. I don't know why, but I thought I was definitely dead. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys around.